This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium Out and About. This Infinium Out and About is entitled PhD Madness. Now, my brothers, I'm out here at Ocean View Beach, which is located in Norfolk, and it is nearby to where I live. And if I pan around a little bit here, going off in the distance, that is going towards Virginia Beach. Now, if I pan around to this side, off in the distance across the water is Hampton. This is a nice little beach, and you can come to this beach and swim, do whatever you want to do, just sit out in the sun. Particularly when the beaches at Virginia Beach are crowded, which today there is some kind of festival going on, so I couldn't get out there. And I may not be able to get out there to do some type of content until like the fall when the traffic drops off. But my brothers, I would like to talk to you about PhD madness. And what I'm referring to, there are certain PhDs, men who are PhDs, like Jordan Peterson, Dr. Umar, Dr. Boyce Watkins, who are, because of their PhD status, are saying essentially that men, free men, need to give up their freedom and become slaves again. And particularly if you were a former slave, you should go back and relinquish your freedom and become a slave again. My brothers, we all know that as MGTOW men, our freedom, our fight for our freedom is something that we know is hard. We know it's difficult at times. We know that we are slandered at every turn because of our freedom, because we say as MGTOW men, we go first, meaning that our priorities, our needs, our issues are first, and all other needs, like the needs of women, the needs of single mothers, are irrelevant. They are rescinded, so to speak. But these men, Dr. Peterson, Dr. Umar, Dr. Watkins, they are spreading these fallacies that the junk, the messes, the community, all these types of things, the things that we left as MGTOW men in particular, they need to be fixed. And it is our responsibility, particularly as single men, to go back and fix these things. It is for the sake of the kids. It is for the sake of the community. It is for the sake of society that they speak these things. And my brothers, it is nothing but lies and fallacies which are coming from men who should know better. I can say in particular the desire for men to go back and to clean up the messes. In particular, black men, to go back and clean up the messes in the community left by single mothers, left by the damage that Black Lives Matter did. All these things, it's not worth it, my brothers. I can say also that when Mr. Peterson, Dr. Peterson, says that we must go and deal with the community by marrying, by dating single mothers, by doing all these things, my brothers. My brothers, it is a big fallacy. And again, it is coming from men who should know better, who should know about the issues, the things that all men who are single or who are free face when they're being told these things. That it is a lie across the board, my brothers. It is not what these men say. It is not what they state. If you look at, again, the black community as it stands right now, it is a shambles. If you look at single mothers, every race, it is a shambles. But the primary thing, my brothers, this fallacy that it is our responsibility as single men, and primarily and particularly MGTOW men, that we relinquish our freedom, our hard-fought freedom, to get into the cray-cray of a single mother, to go back and clean up things which cannot be cleaned up. All of these things, my brothers, it is not our responsibility to do these things. It is not so. It is not for us to do that. My brothers, when they say these things, when they speak these things into your mind, or they try to speak these things into your mind, you need to use your critical thought processes to cancel out those thoughts, to nullify those things, and to look at what you have to deal with. That is the maintenance of your freedom. That is doing everything to take care of you. That is putting yourself first in every way possible. My brothers, when these men speak these things, you have to question in your mind, why should I relinquish what I fought for? Why should I give up my freedom? Why should I do something which will destroy me? And these men know that if we as free men give up our freedom, go back and clean up the community, clean up the community, if we go back and marry that single mother, if we go back and get married overall, these men know that there is a high rate of destruction which comes with those things. That's what's so despicable about these things. That these men who have PhDs, who have all this quote-unquote knowledge, would tell men to go back into slavery and to something that would destroy them as free men. So my brothers, again, that's why you need to take your critical thought processes and engage them when these men say these things. And not only these men, when your family says that you're a lowlife because you will not marry a single mother. When you're told at work that you, because of your non-engagement with women, you are being antisocial. My brothers, again, they know, these men know that it is highly dangerous for single men to engage with women overall in this time, in this state, in the countries that we live in, the westernized countries that we live in. They know that it is dangerous. And furthermore, my brothers, again, you have countries like Scotland, which are passing discriminatory laws against males. You have the issue in the U.S. where a woman can put my name as a man down on a document and claim that I have fathership over that child, over her children. We have issues with paternity fraud, where nothing is hardly being done. I think it is just one state so far that has decided to pass laws which would ban paternity fraud. But nevertheless, the penalty for that is just a misdemeanor. And my brothers, again, these men know that we live in a feminist plantation state where women have the ability to charge a man with rape just for the mere fact that he smiled at her and said hello innocently. My brothers, these men, Dr. Peterson, Dr. Umar, Dr. Boyce, they know that these things are wrong. They know that these conditions and situations exist. They know that all of these issues exist for men. There is no way for men to have any type of alleviation or relief from these things. They know these things, but yet they say it is our responsibility as single men, and in particular as MGTOW men, to go back to what is tantamount to slavery, to what is tantamount to something that will destroy us. They know these things, and that's what makes it so despicable, my brothers. Again, when you hear these PhDs say these things, they are liars, in my opinion. They are the ones who are spreading fallacies. And it is despicable. It is, in certain cases, horrific. Again, my brothers, just from my own personal experiences, and then seeing the personal experiences of all of the men who are in the community, so to speak, the MGTOW community, my brothers, for these men to say these things, it is beyond despicable, in my opinion. My brothers, again, your freedom is important to you. And I keep saying these things. I may seem like I'm trying to hammer these things into your head, but my brothers, your freedom is important to you. Your free life is important to you. You have to think of your freedom as a precious jewel, something that you would say that is rarer than a diamond, that has immense value, incalculable value. My brothers, again, that's what you have to understand about your freedom. The immense value, the incalculable value of your freedom. My brothers, it is beyond comprehension that these men would say these things, but again, nevertheless, when these types of things are said to you, the thing that you should do is ignore it. Don't even argue with these people. Don't even say, well, I think it's this because of my experiences or anything like that. Just walk away from them and go on to your freedom, my brothers. That's what you need to do. That's what you have to do. My brothers, the MGTOW philosophy, I will say this to the day I die, is a lifesaver. When I think about the terrible consequences of what could have happened to me should I have married a single mother, should I have married that single mother who was a covert single mother, who was trying to fool me into marrying her and trying to get me to take care of her kid, her son, her hellspawn. My brothers, again, think about your experiences. Think about the things that you could have lost should you have gone into slavery or returned to slavery. Think about those things and compare them to the freedom that you have as MGTOW men. And again, when these things are said to you, when PhDs or your family or that coworker, whoever, that woman that you meet in the grocery store who's trying to talk to you and who says, why won't you take my number? Why won't you talk to me? When you're saying, no, I'd rather not. Don't explain it to them. But nevertheless, my brothers, step on to your freedom. Enjoy the freedom and the things you can do as MGTOW men. Enjoy the peace that is afforded to you as MGTOW men. Enjoy the opportunities. Enjoy the vast nature of things that can happen to you, the positive things that can happen to you as MGTOW men. And forget about these people who say you should be a slave. This is the MGTOWinfinium, and this has been an Infinium Out and About. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.